Hello Sumitsa, my name is Nitin Avasthi and my node number is G24AI1009, and in this video I will demonstrate the step-by-step process I follow to set up a virtual machine in Google Cloud Platform. I will guide you through the creating an instance, configuring autoscaling, and setting up security and monitoring performance. So let's get started. So this is a Google Cloud Platform dashboard, and now in this Cloud Console dashboard we will we will try to create a new project. So for creating a new project, we will click on this, and from here we will create a new project. See, already I have done this assignment to CSL 7510 VCC, which I have submitted. Just for demonstration, I will go to the new project. I will give a new project name here. Like I will give a new project name here, demo 1234, and I will create the new project. So once, since you can see here, the project is getting created here. See, now my new project is created. If I want to select the new project, I will go here and I will select demo 1234 here. Now I need to compute the engine API. So compute engine API is required to create and manage the virtual machines in the Google Cloud. So now in order to create this, I need to enable this compute engine API. So in order to compute this, I will go here in the dashboard. I will go here. I will go to the API services and I will enable the API services here. So in the enable API services, I will click on enable APIs and services here. And I will compute the engine API here. And from there I can enable this. And directly also I can do that from there. But since it is taking some time, so I will going to take my existing project which I have created, the assignment to CSL 7510, and I will go to the dashboard here. Okay, now to navigate, now now the next step is how to create a VM instance. So in order to create a VM instance, I will go compute engines and VM instances. So to create a, see, already I've created two VMs and instance group here for my project, but in order to create a new instance for demonstration, I will click here for create instance. Okay, I will give the name of my instance, I will give the region, I will give the zone, and I will select the machine type here, E2 micro, free tier eligible, and boot disk Ubuntu 22.4, 22.04, and create. So we have now created a virtual. If I will create on the create, we have created the virtual machines in the GCP. Now the next step is, let's configure the auto scaling. So with auto scaling, uh, from here we can create the Ubuntu boot disk. Now next step is we need to create an instance template. So in order to create the instance template, I will go to the compute engine and I will go to the instance templates. So in order to create a new, I will click here. See, already I have created the instance template here. If I wanted to create the create instance template, I will click here. I will put the instance name. I will put the region, and I will put the instance screen, I will put region, and I will put enable auto scaling here. In order to enable the auto scaling, auto scaling advanced options. Now, in order to create auto scaling, we need to go to compute engines, instance groups. Compute engine and instance groups. We have mentioned instance template. Instance groups and instance group need to create already one created here. I will click on the instance group. I will put the instance name here. And in the auto scaling, we will put minimum number of instances. So 1 and maximum 10. So I created 5 in my project. The scaling process is, the scaling policy is based on the CPU utilization threshold 60%. So with the auto scaling, the new instances will be created when CPU load increases, and an extra instances will be removed when the load decreases. Now the next step is setting up the security IAM, firewall, and SSH. So configuring the IAM roles, we will go to IAM and admin, search. In the IAM role, we will give the grant access. Click on grant access, and I can go for the compute admin role or viewer role, and we will click save here. So IAM roles help in managing the permissions securely by granting only necessary access to the users. Now the next step is configuring a firewall. So in order to configuring the firewall, so we will type here firewall, we need to go to the VPC networks. VPC networks. So if we will go to the VPC networks, we'll go to the create firewall rule. We need to create a firewall rule here. So here we will go to the firewalls, and in the firewall we will create a new firewall policy. So here for all my instances, you can see the IP ranges and protocol ports here. So name is allow HTTP, direction is always ingress. Those source IPs would be 0.0.0/0, allows traffic from any IP, and the port protocols and ports TCP 80 for the HTTP and TCP 443 for the HTTPS. Now we need to create it policies. We need to click create on this policy. The firewall rules controls incoming and outgoing traffic, and this rules allows web traffic to our VM. So from here we can do the configuration policy name, we will declare the description, we will add the rules and create. So next step is enabling the SSH key authentication. So for the For the enabling the SSH key configuration, we need to go to the command prompt of our desktop, and we will write here SSH dash keygen dash TRSA SSH dash MyKey dash C and my user, and we need to click my user and copy. This will generate a public key inside our computer. So this secures the SSH access to the VM using key-based authentication instead of passwords. So in order to perform the SSH, the same process I have done for my the project. So if I will go to the dashboards and to my VM instances, just a second, VM instances. So here you can see the SSH. So if I will click the SSH here, a window will pop up here, transferring SSH key to the VMs. I will authorize it and I will start a stress test over here. So in order to compute the stress test, if I will write here stress space test CPU space 4 dash dash timeout 300 seconds and run, can be installed with the apt installer. Please ask administration. Since I've already installed this, if I will go to my document and I will check, I've already installed this in my document in my project earlier. Stress CPU for timeout. This I've already installed, but again it is asking. So let me install apt install stress let me try this again. Need to first need to run the command to install this software. So let me write sudo apt update and sudo apt install stress y. Okay, so it is installing my stress command. Package configuration. Now if I will run stress dash dash CPU 4 timeout 300. See, now the stress info has started, and this has started the stress on my CPU utilization. If I want to see this, go to the VM instance and go to the VM instances and click on observability. So here is the observability, and here I need to open the CPU installation graph. So this is my CPU utilization graph. So if you can see, this is the time 21:18, 28. My CPU utilization has been increased. The graph shows CPU spikes during the stress test, proving that our auto scaling configurations was as expected. So, in conclusion, to summarize, I successfully set up the virtual machine in GCP, enabled auto scaling, configured security settings, and tested system performance through a stress test. This project helped me understand cloud computing concepts, automation, and security best practices in Google Cloud Platform. Thank you, sir. Thank you.